Hey, how you doing today? My name is RJ Rickert with ISW, and today I wanted to make a video based off of common mistakes I see in the field when customers are using Forever Laser Dark and Forever Laser Light products. So first, let's address the press. A lot of presses come with Teflon sheets either on the bottom or on the top of the press, and we're going to want to take those off. We want nothing covering the lower platen or the heat press itself. So now let's address how to put the paper on the press. Two sides of the paper. The matte side we're going to have on the, or I guess the glossy side we'll have on the bottom, and the matte side will be facing up on your A sheet. This side right here is holding all the toner. And we're going to grab our B sheet, which is two-sided. One side has like the grids, it says Forever on it, and the other side is blank. We're going to put that blank side down, covering up the toner. And then we're going to lay either silicone sheets as we have today or parchment paper over the top. You're not going to want to put Teflon over it. It's just not going to get as much heat that it's going to need to seal in that adhesive. And so now we're just going to close it up. And so let's go over a little bit of the specifications. The pressing time is anywhere from 90 to 120 seconds. And the temperature, the range is 300 to 310, and today we're at 305 degrees, and we're at a low to medium pressure. My heat press says 4, so for the people that don't have a heat press that will give you an exact number of pressure, it's just a nice low to medium pressure will give you the best results using Forever Laser Dark. Okay, so now we're going to take that Laser Dark that we just married and we're going to apply it to a t-shirt. Today we're going to be going onto a black cotton shirt, which the nice thing about cotton is that the temperature is 305 degrees, just like it was for the marrying stage. A couple reminders before we get started. You're always going to want to pre-press your t-shirt to get any of that steam out, or just to make sure there's no wrinkles in the shirt as well. And when that A sheet comes out from the mirroring stage, for Forever Laser Dark, it's possible that it has a little bit of adhesive just around the edges of the picture. So we're going to just tell you to be safe, let's just snip that off. And you don't want to do it too close. You want to still give yourself a nice leading edge for when you remove the transfer off of the t-shirt. So go ahead and just snip around the picture or your image. And now we're ready to go on the t-shirt. So this common mistake that I see is, for one, we forgot to snip the edges, so a line might come up. And two is the technique, is that people sometimes will just grab this and rip it off. The nice thing about this paper is that if it is cooled down and you rip it off, it's going to work. There's just some times that you will miss a little bit of detail here or there, and so I would not recommend just pulling it off every single time. So this mistake that I see people making is that they didn't give themselves a nice leading edge to roll it off. So since there's really nothing for me to grab, just to start it is tough before you roll it. Once you get it, you can roll it off nice and easy. But you definitely want to give yourself a nice leading edge to make sure you have some room to start your rolling. Okay, so on this mistake that I a lot of times see is that people aren't letting the transfer cool down all the way. So it's more lukewarm. So when you go to roll it, and it's a lot in the white, but as you can see, it didn't come off of the transfer. Don't really freak out. If this does happen, you can always just cut this and repress it, but you're gonna have to line it up right where you need it. But it really just helps if you just wait that extra 30 seconds to a minute to let it cool down. Okay, so finally I want to end with showing you the correct way to take off your transfer from your t-shirt. You want to get that leading edge that I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to put some pressure on the paper itself. And when you roll it, you do not want to hear any noise. So let me get my microphone down. If you hear this, I would say that is not good. You really want to keep pressure on it the entire time, and it should be a nice smooth roll. Putting pressure will just make sure you lose no detail in your image, you get every corner that you're looking for, and at the end of the day, your customer leaves happy. So now that we successfully put the transfer to a t-shirt, we have to seal it in and get that durability that everyone's looking for. In order to do that, we're going to cover our image with a silicone sheet. We're going to put it under the press, and we're going to press it anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. The longer it is on the press, the better. It's going to last longer in the wash. At the end of the day, it's going to prevent cracking and all that stuff you may hear about. There's 3 things you can use. You can use your silicone sheet. It's going to mat it down and give it more like a screen printing look. If you have a Teflon sheet and you put it on there for this stage, it's actually going to be a little more glossy and maybe a little more shiny. And then you can use parchment paper as well. It's kind of a nice happy medium to keep a little bit of shine but still mat it down at the same time. So once you're done, you just lift it off. And you have a finished product.